Welcome to the Garments Engage Crochet podcast, where I chat about crochet garments and other yarny things. I am Michelle Ferguson, the owner and crochet pattern designer of Two Brothers Blankets. You can find me at twobrothersblankets.com, and I hang out on Instagram and Facebook, both at Two Brothers Blankets, and right here on YouTube every week for this podcast. I am so glad you're here. This is Episode 1 of Season 2. I'm so glad to be back. Thank you so much for making Season 1 such a hit, such a success. I'm excited for Season 2. I've got it almost completely planned out. Still working on a few things, but we've got most every episode all planned out, ready to go, ready to film. I'm excited to have some guests on the show this season. I've had some of the best conversations while interviewing some other designers, and I cannot wait to share those interviews with you. So to start, let's talk about events and happenings. I haven't been on here in, I think it's been 3 or 4 weeks, so hopefully you haven't missed out on too much. We have the Jada cardigan crochet pattern releasing tomorrow. Yay, I'm so excited. This cardigan is a labor of love. It is a beautiful summer lightweight cardigan, and it's going to come in sizes children's 2 to women's 5X and all the sizes in between. So I'm not exactly sure. I think it's like 12 or 13 sizes total. So I'm really excited. This is going to be like an all-inclusive pattern. You get 1 pattern, 3 downloads, any size you'll ever need. So I'm very excited to have that released. If you are watching this past June 10th, then go ahead to my Ravelry shop, my Etsy shop, to go grab that pattern. What else do we have going on? We're still doing the summer guest crochet designer series, I guess you call it, where I have some guest designers on the blog sharing a free pattern of theirs, of their own, a brand new free pattern. So you can go to twobrothersblankets.com to check out the latest of those. I think that's all for events and happenings right now. I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. We are. I plan on spending lots of mornings by the pool and lots of afternoons crocheting. Okay, so this episode I have a guest designer to share with you, designer interview to share with you. I interviewed Amber of Bliss This. Amber is one of my closest designer friends. I really credit her in helping me grow my business because she introduced me to Pam of the Crochetpreneur Business Academy and recommended it to me. And honestly, that is one of the biggest impacts that I've had in my business, that have something that like just changed the trajectory of my business is joining the Crochetpreneur Business Academy, and I have to credit all of that to Amber. So she's one of my closest designer friends. She is the skirt queen. She designs crochet skirts and earrings. She's the earring queen too, which is amazing. I've never designed a skirt. I've tried it and failed at it. So I find her work so amazing, so beautiful, so intriguing. And we just chatted about skirts and earrings and designing garments and all that. And she had some great tips and information for you. So let's get right into it. Check it out now. Hello, everyone. We have Amber of Bliss This here with us today. I'm so excited to have you here, Amber. Thanks for being my first podcast interview. Yay! So if you don't know Amber is the skirt and earring queen. She designs crochet skirts and other things, earrings, and I think I saw a cardigan on I was looking at your Ravelry page earlier and all kind of stuff, but she's like the pro at skirts and earrings, which are 2 things that I am not good at all, to be honest. So I'm excited to learn from you, Amber. Amber, tell everyone about yourself and about your business real quick.
Okay. Hi, I am Amber. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I'm an English teacher by day and a mad crocheter by night. I have been designing for almost 3 years. I can't believe it's been that long. Has it really? I think
Goes
so.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And my grandma taught me to make doilies when I was a little kid. She sat me down and there were like little, like 5 to 10 round doilies. And, almost 30 years later, I thought those make cool earrings. And so I just
Nice.
started playing with thread again and came up with all kinds of earring designs and thought I was a genius. Then I went on Etsy and decided, oh, everybody else has been doing this for a while, but I couldn't stop, and I kept getting more and more and more ideas.
Awesome. Cool. Okay. So I see how you got into designing earrings. How did you get into designing skirts and stuff like that?
Yes, well, I had a daughter and ideas came to me, and I thought, I wonder if I could create that in crochet. That'd be fun. So when my daughter was 3, I made her this cute little crocheted skirt, and I always thought someday I should write that down. Then I started testing for awesome designers like you, and I thought, wow, these people are so cool. They can write things and they can make designs, and I want to do that someday. And then one day I just set a goal for myself, like this summer, I'm going to write that skirt design. And I did. And it took until November to publish it. But I set out, and that was my first one. And then I just couldn't stop.
Awesome. Cool. Okay. So what was the biggest learning curve or obstacle when doing something like skirts with sizing
Yeah.
and all that? Like earrings, they're cute and can be
And
totally
one
like
size.
intricate, but they're one size most of the time. So what
My
was your biggest
goodness.
obstacle with skirts?
Math and measuring.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would create a skirt design for my daughter and then sit and look at it for months because I wasn't sure how to get it from her little itty bitty tiny body size to my body size. And I knew that I could, but I freeze when I have a fear of something. So I just would like, I don't want to do that math. I don't want to try and figure out all those sizes in between and above and below. So it's a long process, and you kind of have to overcome that mental block that I can't do something, because you can. And then not just like you're not on your own. There are tons of resources available for how to size garments and how to measure a gauge swatch and how to convert that to a garment. So it's just a long process though, for
Yes,
someone
I
like me
agree.
who does a lot of stops and starts.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same way. I will finish a design and then it'll take me like days later to grade it because I'm just like, no, I don't want to do
Michelle,
the
it
math.
takes you days. It takes me weeks or months.
Well, I'm on a time limit. I got deadlines. I don't have a choice.
Yes.
I wish I still had a choice. I remember those days. That's yeah, math and just figuring like because to me it's like because for me I have to like size up anything bottom half because I'm a
Yeah.
booty girl. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't even know how I would figure all that out. So, because there's not even on Craft Yarn Council, there's not like a butt measurement.
I know. It's so unhelpful. They
I mean,
need
there's
to
hips,
really like,
but my bum is bigger than my hips. So I have to add that
I'm right there with you.
ease.
Yeah.
Even with like cardigans and stuff when I'm doing those and they're
Mhm.
like they come down below the bottom,
Yeah.
it gets me every time.
I know.
Anyways, enough about bums. Um
They're
okay.
an important part
They
of designing
are
skirts too.
exactly. Okay, exactly. Okay, so my big question is crocheted skirt.
Yes.
What do you wear underneath them?
You always wear something underneath them.
Like, do you wear like a slip or
That's
what?
an option. So here's what my daughter and I have come up with: slips, I don't have any slips, but I have some like jersey material skirts that are a little bit more firm fitting. And so I'll wear a skirt underneath my skirt, tights, leggings. My daughter often will just pull on a pair of like bike shorts that,
I was wondering
she's
if those
11,
would work.
so yeah, so that works really well for her. And you know how they have those little cute ones with like lace edging around the bottom? Yeah, those look
that would
great.
just peek through underneath. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Because I was like, but what do you wear underneath?
Yes.
Because I've designed 2 dresses and I had on like 3 layers.
That can be hot
underneath because I didn't want anything to show.
Yeah.
I was so nervous about things showing. So I was like, how do you do the skirts? But that makes sense. I would totally do. The bike shorts are huge right now. Like I have a pair on and they're so comfortable. So that would be a really good option. Or leggings if you're thinking like fall or spring when it's like transitioning weather.
Yeah.
I knew you would know.
Yes. And they're also great for the beach or pool. So you can pull it on over your swimsuit.
Oh yeah. Good idea. Good idea. Do you typically make like real lacy ones or the kind that are like as little bit of see-through as possible?
I have both. Yeah. So I have one that's almost, you almost don't have to wear anything underneath it, but you do because it's crochet and you just want to be safe.
Never know.
And like my daughter can get away with not wearing anything underneath it, but I'm not ready to go there.
We're not there yet.
Yeah. But then, the lacy ones, they're so pretty, but I always just wear leggings under mine. Even in the summer, it doesn't get super hot here in Oregon. So leggings are a go-to.
Yeah, I think they would be great for me down here for, like you said, the beach or something.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many times when I've been like, if I just had a cute cover, we could go eat or something, like or whatever. So that's I'm going to have to do that. Okay. What is your favorite design? It doesn't have to be a skirt or earrings. It can be anything. What is your favorite design that you've designed?
I love them all. They're all my babies.
Right? Isn't it? Yes. After each one, it's like, oh, this is my favorite. This is my new favorite.
That's exactly how it is. Yes.
Yep, I do the same thing.
I think my Bliss skirt is the one that I'm most proud of because I made a skirt out of thread.
I think that's the one I have. I have one of them. I don't remember what.
Maybe that one. I think that's the last one that I published in September in the fall.
I don't remember.
And you don't have to make it with thread. Like thread sounds so threatening to crocheters who don't crochet with thread. But it's a size 3 thread, which, it's like a thick fingering or a really light sport.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Right? Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. I didn't know that. I figured thread was a lot smaller than like fingering or whatever. So
yeah, it can be, but like it's not that bad. Like I think I used an F and a G hook for the Bliss skirt.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, right?
I just got done designing with a C hook, like 2.75.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
You're almost ready for earrings, Michelle.
I'm almost there. What size hook do you typically use for earrings?
If I'm using size 10 thread, I use a 1.75. Wow. You're almost there.
What brand? I'm asking all the questions. We didn't talk about these.
My favorite hook to use is a Clover because I've got a nice little grip. Now I've got like everything from 1.5 to 1.95, but only my 1.75 has a nice little hand, hold.
Yeah.
So I use that one most often.
Yeah. Like this one had a nice handle that I had for the C. And so that was probably the only way I was able to get through it. And it was a small project. So
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Hand cramps.
Yes, exactly. The tiny little hooks. Okay, you said the Bliss. What earrings are you wearing now?
That's a great question. I have so many earring designs. It's hard to remember the names
I
of
have
them.
it pulled up. Wait a minute. Are they
This one
the
is
beautiful? No.
no Coralina. Coralina.
Coralina. Okay. Oh, am I pulled up on your? No, I don't have all yours pulled up. I searched you on Ravelry. We
Oh,
go. So cute. Okay. Oh, I see now. Oh, cute. Okay. So, and the cardigan, what are you wearing? Is that your design?
This cardigan, this is not. This is Designs by Vanessa. It's the
It's
Jewels
pretty
cardigan,
though.
and it's
Very
free on her
pretty.
blog. It's
Ooh,
the.
okay.
I think it's one of the first garments I made by myself, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like most people figure that out after.
This is basically like a very thick scarf or a small blanket.
Exactly. It's not hard.
No.
Okay, so what tips do you have for our viewers today, especially when it comes to skirts?
Okay. So this is so important. Negative ease in the waistband.
Negative ease in the waist. See, I did not know that. Okay.
If you have no ease, it's just gonna keep getting bigger and fall right off of you. So I learned this negative ease in the waistband. If you
How
do,
much?
like
how many inches typically?
I usually do between 2 and 4 inches for my daughter because it stretches so much. Crochet really stretches. And for me, I do anywhere from 4 to 8 inches.
Oh.
Because it's so much bigger around. Well, okay, so much bigger around. It stretches a lot, and then you're left with something that you can't wear. So negative ease, a waistband tie.
Okay.
So that because it's still going to stretch even though you've got negative ease. It's
So
still
that waistband stretches, or like the whole entire skirt? When you pull it up, you mean it'll stretch out?
It'll stretch because your body is moving, you're sitting, you're standing.
I see. Kind of like a pair of jeans you're wearing all day.
You're stretching out everything around your bum. And
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Do you ever use like elastic or anything?
I haven't yet. I really want to. That's like on my list of something I want to do.
Or like even snap, but I don't know if that would help because if the yarn is stretches. But that's neat. Good to know. Anything else? What about length? What about short girls like me?
Okay, so hey, that's great. So I design the women's skirt to be adjustable for around, but I give 4 length options. So I've got kind of like a petite, a regular, a tall, and an extra tall length option.
Awesome.
I usually make the tall for myself, and it's like just right about knee length for me.
How tall are you?
5'9.5".
Oh yeah. See, I'm 5'3".
So you would go for the petite option.
Yes. I had no idea you were that much taller than me. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a giant.
Because we still haven't met.
I know. Darn pandemic.
Eventually. We had big plans to meet in 2020.
Yes.
Y'all know how that went. Okay. So thank you so much for these tips. Where can our viewers follow you, find you, keep up with you, find your skirt patterns, your earring patterns, all that?
Okay. Amber Bliss This, that's my blog. I'm on Etsy, I'm on Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook, where else? Pinterest. Happily magazine. Lots of patterns in there.
Yes. So all the places. Just Amber Bliss This. Search Amber Bliss This. Cool. Yes, and that's what I searched on Ravelry, and you came right up. So
great.
Definitely go follow her. Check out her patterns. They're beautiful, and I need to make some. I'm hoping to have more time this summer. We'll see if I will get brave and make my first skirt. But thank you so much, Amber, for joining me and for being my first interview.
Thank you, Michelle.
And thank you guys for watching. And we're going to head off now. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, Amber.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back. Wasn't that such a good interview? Amber is amazing. Make sure you go follow her and check out her patterns. I will link everything in the description. Let me know in the comments, have you ever crocheted a skirt or earrings or both? Let me know, because I have not done either. So yeah, I need to get on that and give those a try. Anyway, let's get into what's in my whip bag. I am working on so many things all at once. It's like crazy. But I do this every summer too. I get into this like, oh, I have time now. I can do all the things. I can update patterns and design new patterns and work on this and work on that and make so-and-so this. And I just get into this, like, I just want to crochet all the time. I want to make all the things. I want to switch back and forth between projects. So I got a lot of whips. But I'm only going to show you 2 today. I do have a commission design that I'm working on pretty heavily. Like, that's like my main focus right now. And I can't share that, but hopefully eventually soon. But these are some things that I am working on to, like, this one is a remake. And then the other one is for a like yarn review, basically. And it's a remake too. So I am currently working on a new Spring Breeze sweater blouse. I've got the bottom panel and the very beginning of the back panel started. I'm using this beautiful pink color called Blush in WeCrochet Mighty Stitch yarn. It's a worsted weight. I did a review on it in season 1. I really like this yarn. This pattern calls for a worsted weight. It's kind of one of those transitional sweaters that you would wear like going into spring from like winter. It's worsted weight, but it has like an open V-stitch pattern and it's 3/4 sleeves. So it's like I said, it's very transitional. You're not going to want to wear it in the middle of summer, but it's not something you'd want to wear in like the dead of winter either. So working on a remake of that. I want to get some new pictures and have this new yarn listed for it in the listings and on the blog post. So I've got that going. And then let me reach over here to my sweet tea shawl that I have in progress. I am using Hobby Yarns Cotton Kings twirls, and it is a really cool gradient yarn. They have all kinds of beautiful colors. So this one's very subtle, like it goes from just a light teal to the dark, or I guess turquoise. I guess that would be turquoise. But some of them are like all different colors, and they like gradient into all different colors. So I will link this. I really like this yarn. I'm reviewing it. They reached out to me and asked me if I would give it a try and let my followers know what I thought about it. So far, I'm really liking it. Oh, that's backwards. I am remaking a sweet tea shawl in it, and I'm loving it. I love that stitch definition. It's made out of cotton, I think. I mean, yeah, it is. It's 100% cotton. Yep. It's really cool. It doesn't feel like, I don't know the word. Something, you know how sometimes cotton can be kind of rough on your fingers and all that? It doesn't feel like that. I mean, it's not as soft as like a natural, like a real, like a merino wool or anything like that, but it's not rough. So I'm really liking it. So those are 2 of my whips. I have about 1, 2, 3, about 5 probably going right now. So yeah. Yeah, I need to figure all that out. Anyways, now let's chat about, let's do my brutally honest yarn review. And I had an aha moment over the break that I want to share with you about blocking and washing, at least natural fibers. I guess I would say. I don't know if it would do this with acrylic, but all right, let me just start. Okay, so I'm reviewing Hawthorne Fingering yarn. This is from WeCrochet. It is a fingering weight yarn. This is the colorway Berry Smoothie Speckle. It is used in my Leilani tee that you can see back there on my mannequin. I also use Hawthorne Fingering for my Jada cardigan that I made and wore in the pictures. I really like this yarn. It is 80% superwash fine Highland wool and 20% polyamide. Polyamide. Am I saying that right? I don't even know. I should have checked that beforehand. It says to machine wash cold and tumble dry low. I can't talk today. It comes in these hanks of 357 yards. So it's like I said, it's a fingering weight natural fiber. So I originally used it for my, I got a fly flying around me, for my Leilani tee last summer. When I made it, I loved it. It's beautiful, as you can see. It's it's easy to work with. It's like a true fingering weight yarn. Really loved it. Then I blocked it. I think I talked about this some last season. I blocked it out, wet blocked it. So I submerged it in cool water and then, squeezed it to get all the excess out, and then rolled it up in a towel and laid it flat on my foam boards and pinned it down. And it grew a good bit. I don't know exactly how much it grew, but it grew a lot. And it was very kind of baggy on me, a little bit oversized on me from when I originally made it. So, I mean, it was fine. Like, it wasn't a big deal. The sleeves grew a lot, so they were a little bit longer than I had originally planned. And it was just very flowy and slightly oversized. I have some pictures of the before and after in a blog post about blocking that I will link in the description. But I kind of just was like, okay, so this, like, I was doing a little research, and merino wool can grow very easily, or can grow a lot when you wet block. And I was like, okay, so from now on, I need to just dry block it or pin it down first and then spray it to where, the measurements I want it to be. And so that it'll open up the stitches, but not be too big. So then fast forward a year to the Jada cardigan, and I was like, well, I want it to be oversized. I want it to be really flowy. I want it to have that look. So I was like, well, let me try to wet block it. But what if it gets too big or whatever? So I was like kind of nervous. So I took the Leilani tee, and I followed the instructions on here about washing it, and I machine washed it cold, delicate cycle. I did it and my Sadie shell together, just those two in the machine, and then I measured it. So I measured it before, and then I measured it after, and I measured it after I dried it. So when I washed it in the machine, it was the same measurement as before I had washed it. Now this is already blocked. It's like I said, it blocked out a good couple of inches bigger than it was originally. And so I washed it and measured it. It was the same. So then I put it in the dryer, and I put it on lowest heat setting that I could. I mean, like almost not heat. It was just mostly just air. It was like the lowest one. And I checked it every few minutes and checked it just kept checking it. And then when it was pretty much dry, I took it out and measured it. And it had shrunk back to the original measurements that I had. So this is the Leilani tee back to the original measurements that I made it in. So the cool thing about this I have discovered is it will block out very nicely and grow, basically, is what they call it. But it will also, if you also find that you have blocked it out too much and you don't like it as blocked out as it is, you can put it in the dryer and it'll shrink up a little bit. Now be careful with that. You definitely want to check it, because it definitely shrunk more as the longer it dried. But I found that so interesting and so like relieving almost, because I didn't have to worry about the Jada cardigan getting too big, or if it did, I could fix it. So I wet blocked the Jada cardigan, and it actually turned out really nice. I never ended up having to fix it, but yeah, and I'm assuming this is going to go with like all kinds of, I mean, I don't know. It just depends on the fiber, I guess. And honestly, I'm not that well versed in natural fibers. It's only been like a year or two that I've really gotten into using them. I think I forgot who I was talking to, Courtney, of Creations by Courtney, in an interview about this, and how like at the beginning you use all worsted, all acrylic when you're first starting out, so the stuff you can get at Walmart, all that. So it's only been a few years that I've gotten into like natural fibers and learning about them and all that. So I'm not going to speak for all, but for this, which is the Superwash Fine Highland Wool, it's not actually, doesn't say merino. I don't know where I was getting merino, but it's Fine Highland Wool. It's wool. It will block out nicely, but it will also shrink back shrink a little in the dryer. So that's also good to note for if you are, if you have it the size you want and you're washing your item, that's a good thing to know, because it will shrink a little bit. So you probably want to just, if you don't want it to shrink, you want to lay it flat to dry. So yeah, but overall, I really like this yarn. It's a great fingering yarn. It comes in like tons of colors. They have like a speckle line, and then a tonal line or something like that. Kettle dye line, I think that's what it's called. That's the dark purple up here. And I believe the Jada cardigan is the kettle dye in the colorway Daphne. Really pretty pink. But I really love it. I give it like a 9 out of 10. So that is my brutally honest yarn review for today. Hawthorne Fingering Weight. I will link it in the description. And just some heads up. This is how this washes out and stuff. So good information to know, and I'm glad I tried it out. So all right, that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited for this second season. I will see you again next week. Bye.